So it appears that we've come across a bit of a problem, and that problem is or has something to do with the moon medals. We need one more moon medal in order to unlock some of the remaining Gaia Gate doors. I mean, there's 3 left, but I'll quickly run down where those 3 are so you can understand the problem I'm facing. One of them, of course, we get from fighting the final boss. I don't really want to go out of my way to go do that right now. And because I kind of like having the credits be the final thing I do in a game. So there's a bit of finality in that. One of them we get in the level we unlock from having 215 items collected, also known as all but one. So, obviously we can't get that one. And the final one, we get the key in one of the Gaia gates we haven't unlocked yet. So, meaning the only moon medal we can get is from facing the final boss, or accurately getting an S rank against the final boss. So it looks like we'll be facing the Egg Dragoon. Oh boy. Is there a cutscene assigned to this? Like what? Okay, no, there isn't. So it seems I've forgotten how the end of this game works, as I've got to say, the 2 times I've 100%ed this game beforehand, I wasn't really paying attention to the items the items I was collecting. And as such, I wasn't like doing this. Like, I wasn't going back to stages that I had already done to go find the items until after I had fought in the final boss. So, it never really occurred to me that, it's not possible to fight the final boss as the final thing you do in this game. But I guess in that case we get to show how, like, you get to see what I don't like about the final boss that much earlier, and, in an earlier Let's Play I mentioned that I feel like this game is similar to Galaxy than the other Sonic games that actually take place in space, as not like, and to bring more comparisons to that, we'll be facing the final boss in episode 25. And that's something we did in Galaxy. But unlike in Galaxy, this won't be called the finale, even though technically it is the finale. Or it's going to feel more like the finale than the actual finale. I don't mind not facing, like, having the boss not be the final thing I fight in a game, but like, it just kind of feels better knowing that there's like stuff we unlock after the final boss. Like in Odyssey, how there's the moon rocks that appear only after you fight the final boss, and it's not a situation like this where if they divvied out the moon medals a bit differently, it would totally be possible to fight the final boss as the final thing we do. Okay. Also, do we unlock the credits as a movie? Or as one of the movies we've collected? Huh. I'm hoping, if anything, that's the case, because then I can skip the time we have to view the credits this time and then go over my thoughts while I watch the credits again. Although, Actually, how long are the credits on this game? Also, probably should have mentioned this early, but expect this episode to go over normal time limit. As we are facing 2 bosses back to back, and there's some pretty lengthy cutscenes in between the 2. As I really wanted to double check just how this worked, so in what was my I guess save file, or like backup save file, I went ahead and played some more levels just to see where we will be going. I think the S rank time is 5 minutes. Either 5 or 6 minutes, or 7 minutes. I'm not entirely sure. Okay, good, it was 7 minutes. That boss fight can go on a little long. Although, it's what's next is the thing that is scaring me the most.
How can I lose? This isn't over. I'll build a prototype too and
What? It's Dark Gaia.
Yes, Dark Gaia! Crush this insolent little hedgehog! Kick him to the outer limits of space!
Sonic, what's wrong? Sonic, you've got to get up. Sonic!
Chip! Run, Chip!
Seven lights of the earth rekindled.
What?
What's happening? Oh, wow, that's just incredible. The temple!
Awaken and gather here to me!
Bet you weren't expecting a mech fight, but in Sonic Unleashed, it's a thing that I don't think is totally fleshed out. Okay. Okay, this way. I have right, you have to like hold out, or I think it's only for a certain amount of time that you just return back to where you were, and yeah, we have 7.5 minutes to do this fight, and let's just say we might need all of them, as oh boy, this is not a boss fight I like or am good at. But pretty much, there's 3 stages to this boss fight. That was phase 1. And pretty much you want to get to phase 3 before 3.5 minutes has passed. It's really tight if you get around that time, but I think you can do it with that amount of time. So pretty much, if I see that I've gone over that 3.5 minute mark, I'll just reset, I think. As I kinda don't want this, like, the end of this episode just to be the end of this boss fight, or like me doing this boss fight again but better. As it's a fairly long boss fight for like no good reason. Okay, also, not to mention the 3rd phase, we'll get to that when we get to that. Okay, side-scrolling. So there's plasma? I'm just gonna say plasma. Beams are scarily accurate. Okay. Sure, buddy. So this definitely won't be the best performance. And I think oddly enough, jumping does a good job, like, at avoiding them. Which is just weird. And, if I was smart, I probably would have done the 3? Yeah, the 3, nighttime stages that we have unlocked at the moment, but, or before we're doing this, but I don't think I want to bloat out this episode any more than needs to be. Especially since, of course, just happened to be fighting the longest boss in history. Will that pull me over? Uh-huh. I'll continue. Fuck. But if I see that I'm getting over that mark, then looks like I'm gonna be resetting. And I think it's only the final phase where your time resets if you die. Or the time goes back to where it was when you first got to that fight. Or that stage of the fight. Okay then. Fucking hell. Okay, it looks like I'm gonna be resetting, so, I will see you in a bit. Okay, there's the third hit, second hit, didn't have a great phase 1, but, phase 2 so far has been pretty alright, let's just hope I can continue the streak from here. Although, it's not that bad. And of course, I did notice that. Well, I guess discover somewhat that dashing. So the first part of the first thing is actually really good. It just gets you straight through the bullshit. So hopefully, dashing. I'm not really dashing. Hopefully I can do well on the final part here. Although, who knows, dashing could be like a good strategy. Okay, I really noticed how, bad Sonic's... Look, especially coming off ahead in time. Like, not having a double jump, just... How do I platform if I don't have a double jump? It's impossible.
What's happening? It was broad daylight a minute ago.
Dark Gaia has regained its true power. The beast is complete. It's just as the Gaia manuscripts foretold, and the world shall be plunged into the dark of night, the dark of destruction. Oh, that it should come to this. We're doomed. The planet is lost.
That won't happen. There's no way Sonic will let it end like this.
Let's do it!
So hearing that, all the sound effects that played while Dark Gaia transformed, ew. I thought he just looked disgusting, but no. That's even worse. So getting to the first problem of this boss, of the stage of the boss fight, the background is like various bright shades that kind of share the same color as the rings we need to collect, especially if we're going fast by them. So it's very easy to miss a line of rings, and it is very important that you collect rings. And we'll be getting to like the worst part. Okay. So before the boss attacks us, there's a little bit of a not really after image, like a before image, and all that warns you where you're going to be, or like where you need to be to avoid the attack, but they go by like really fast. So it's like really hard to see where it is. Especially on parts like that where there's only like one part you need to be in, and like there's only one correct answer, I think. So best way to fight this boss is don't go for the closest eyes first. Go all the way to the furthest one, collecting rings along the way, and then work your way back into the middle. Although I really want to know if there's like a wraparound, because like that would make sense, at the very least. And also you can dodge his attacks by initiating your attack sequence here. So oddly enough, you don't lose rings in this part. It's like, what? Okay. I really wish there was like a thing that popped up that said, hey, there's a line of rings that's about to come up. Go down to this level. Like, adjust your position to get the rings. Kinda wonder what this fight is like in the next gen version. Like, I thought the thingy thing was just in this version, but no. It's in both versions, although I guess if there's a cutscene assigned to it, it would make sense that it's in like all versions. Oh boy, I'm getting my ass kicked by attacks I can't dodge. Let's quickly go back for these before continuing. Also, I think you need 10 rings for an attack, or for an attack chance, I guess. So, yeah, it's like everything you do, you basically, everything you do that isn't collecting rings or doing an attack, you lose rings for, essentially. So, yeah, although I have noticed that, the rings aren't that hard to see where they are, it's just that, they can be very hard. Okay. Also, not to mention, you can get too busy dodging to where, to then, too busy knowing, too busy attempting to dodge that you just lose your place. Because it isn't really set up that well. Okay, I thought I was in the middle. Okay, I want to say that, the more eyes you destroy, the more, he attacks, I think? That's how this works out. And also, I will say that if you do need to dodge an attack by launching your own attack, that is alright. But just remember that you did that. Was that the middle? So don't expect these meteors to stay in place forever. Rings. Okay, there we go. Okay, also, there's a B button attack that I'm not entirely sure when he starts it, but like, it's normally around the time of the 6th eye. You're supposed to dodge it, like, you use the B button to attack, but like, you don't need to. Okay. Eyeball, please. Fucking hell. Mr. Eyeball Man. I'll give this one more full attempt before I start cutting around. Because I should have gotten that. Like, no. I should have gotten that attack. So if you do, manage to deflect that, secondary attack he has, what happens? Because, like, I've never done it. Because, like, it's just better to, launch your own attack than just waiting around. Although, I guess if it happens, but while in between eyeballs, I guess that makes sense to like wait around to do it. But otherwise, just like why? Okay. I get the feeling that would have been an attack that hit me. Okay, kind of want to talk about ahead in time, but I'm too busy focusing on the goddamn rings that I can't fucking see. Actually, fuck this. I'm using my own device and launching my own attack to use to dodge his attacks. Like they say, the best defense is a good offense. Yeah, fuck you. I'm doing my own attack. Like, I think there might actually be, like, other places to be apart from the middle, but, like, it's just, the middle is clearly the better option to be in, I think. Okay. We now need to work our way back to the middle. Maybe the second attack stuns him. That would make sense. Okay, launching the final attack. And oh fuck me. It is a doozy. Never thought I would actually say the word doozy. So, what happens if you get hit by one of the, meteors? You get sent back to your pre-attack phase, so it just cancels your attack outright. Which I guess makes sense. How was it day on all the continents there?
Pleasant morning, wouldn't you say, Doctor? You can simply begin your plans anew. Even if all of your efforts this last time were utterly wasted, even if it was a complete and utter humiliating loss, even the most pathetic loser in all the world will have his chance to...
Ah, the light reigns over darkness, and the world is returned to peace. It's simply a miracle. We've been saved by a miracle.
I told you, didn't I? There was no way Sonic would let something like that happen.
And right you were. Still, we cannot live without the night. We all must sleep. We all must rest. Darkness is a part of our world, just the same as light. It may be that the darkness has not been destroyed, but merely laid to rest. It grows strong over the eons, rises up, then is put to slumber by the light. Perhaps that is the true balance of dark and light Gaia. That balance may be the very will of the planet itself.
Save the speech for later. We've got to get things ready for Sonic's coming home party!
Sonic. Sonic, you must live.
Chip? Ow! Huh?
I'll never forget you. I'll be here by you, always. A part of the earth you tread.
Hey, Sonic!
This is my escape. I'm running through this world.
So, despite the obvious, the game isn't over. As of last episode, because of course there are no items in the two final bosses, we've only collected, just let me quickly check. 179 items. There's 216, so we have a bit left, like 37, I think. That sounds right. Technically, if you wanted to do all levels, we would only need to collect 36? Yeah, 36. And, because I don't know if you can get the credits as a unlockable movie, I guess we'll just be sitting through this again. Well, sitting through this. I do know that you can skip this. Although, of course, for obvious reasons, I won't be doing that. Oh boy. But, yeah, Also, if you didn't notice, the boss music, or the music that played in the final stage, or final part of, the final boss, it's a lyricless remix of, the song that's playing now, Endless Possibilities, which is actually a pretty good song that, I didn't really know where it played in this game. I think in the next gen version it plays at the beginning? Like around there, maybe? Huh. So, I might stand to be corrected, but I think the credits will go on until the song is over. How long that is, I have no idea. But yeah, of course, we get to watch all the cutscenes over again. Or guess parts of the cutscenes over again. I do kind of want to leave you with the credits. But that being said, because I don't know if you can re-watch the credits without having to, refight the final boss, Also, that final time I got on the final boss, I think that's the best I've done. Because I think it was under 6 minutes. And I think that was because the final boss didn't get to do his, all arms attack. Okay, yeah, the credits are still going on, yeah. Although we are getting to the special thanks, so I guess the credits are nearing completion, I guess. There were 27 episodes in Galaxy. I doubt we will be able to, collect all the remaining items in 2 more episodes, especially since, that does entail a final Gaia Gate revisit. Although I think there's there's 5 Gaia Gates for us to go to. I think, or 5 Gaia Gate doors, I think. But yeah, I'm hoping I'll be able to do this within under 30 episodes. So can I just say, like, this is a pretty short game? because, like, yeah, by episode 20 we were at the Egg Dragoon, and probably would have been able to fight Dark Gaia. Well, if it wasn't going for 100%, I think this would have been like 21 episodes. No, wait, even less. Because, the whole fact that a lot of the, episode, like a fair chunk of the episodes were just, like, me going back to get items and, like, getting items in the Gaia Gate. So I can now say that, the game by itself is fairly short, but, if you try to get all the items, it kind of extends the length by quite a bit. In fact, the whole reason I didn't know, how long this game was entirely because of the items. Also, with that being said, I hoped you like the format of me, slotting in the whole item recollection thing at the end of it. At the end of episodes, instead of having an episode where I just go back and get items I missed, or included the whole item recollection thing within episodes itself. If I did that, then I get the feeling that this would have been a much longer series. I mean, I kind of wish I did, like, at the very least, stream my S-Ring attempts. Although, that being said, apart from Eggmanland, I don't really think there would be, like, too many things I would have to, too many things I would, like, have the case of, like, actually having a long stream to do. Also, I'm fairly sure that, in terms of the nighttime levels, we only, like, apart from items, we only had to go back and get the, air rank, the S rank time. What? No, I'm fairly sure it was only the time requirement we didn't meet in some of the nighttime levels. Force and rings we always got. What? Also, I really don't hope. Well, like, I really hope that there isn't a reward for getting an S rank on all levels. If that would be the case, then we have a few levels to go back and do, because when I did the nighttime levels, I only focused on the time, if that was the thing I needed to do. So meaning that there's a lot of the levels still only have an A rank time, or have an A rank. But even then, would I want to go back and get an S rank in my own time, and then, like, maybe just show, like, maybe just mention what it gets you if it does get you anything? Maybe? Maybe. Also, I mentioned, I might have mentioned this earlier, but, in Japan, this game isn't called Sonic Unleashed. It's called Sonic World Adventure. Meaning that this is well and truly the third adventure game. Whether you like to admit it or not. Sonic Unleashed is Sonic Adventure 3. Just gonna say. Where's the Sega logo in all of this? There it is. I wonder if like this entire recording session is going to be like mostly just this one episode. Okay then, next time we will get back into the swing of things as we now have 69 moon medals. But until then, that is when I'll see you.